Hello, hello, hello. I'm Chris Ferdinandi from ADHD for the Win. And today I wanted to talk about the importance of keeping it simple with ADHD. For the ADHD brain, or mine anyways, simplicity always wins. One of the common tropes among ADHD folks is that a lot of tools built for us work really, really well until they don't. And one of the biggest things that I've observed is that many of those tools are simply too complex, either by design or because we make them that way. For example, a lot of tools made specifically for folks with ADHD are built around this idea of tricking your brain. They try to gamify productivity by giving you points for getting shit done or adding cute animations when you mark stuff complete. And it works until it gets boring and stops working, and another productivity tool ends up in the digital trash bin. And we also do this to ourselves by over-engineering not made for us tools. We'll take something like Notion or Obsidian and try to use all of the features: automations, lists inside lists, reminders, a calendar view tied to a to-do list. Did I mention automations? It's fun to do that. It distracts us from actually doing the stuff on your to-do list. And in the end, you're left with a complicated tool that's hard to manage. And just like those gamified apps, it gets abandoned as you move on to the next thing. Just as a quick aside, by the way, if this feels like you and you're looking for a system that actually does work, over at ADHD for the Win / getting shit done, I have a course that is built around the system I found that actually finally worked for me and has worked reliably for about 15 years. And just at a high level, the way that works, it's worked for more than a decade, is that I add a handful of items to bulleted lists and pick a few to do that day. And I have some daily habits. I've stripped this down to its bare bones. But if you want to learn more about what that all looks like, ADHDforthewin.com / getting shit done. But the trick here really is write everything down, bulleted lists, make it a checkbox if it's a thing that needs to get done. If it's just something you want to remember, just the bullet. But our brains have huge hard drives and a really small amount of RAM, and complex systems use all of that RAM. So there's nothing left for the important stuff. If you're feeling constant overwhelm, start by looking at your systems. What can you do to reduce the amount of overhead in there? What can you simplify? That's it for today. If you like this episode, please subscribe, reach out with any questions. If there's something you are unclear about or you want to learn more, please let me know. I'm happy to talk about this stuff. And if you head over to ADHDforthewin.com, you can find tons of free and paid resources to help you really thrive as a developer with ADHD. That's it for today, and I will see you next time. Cheers.